Hello everyone, welcome to this channel. I'm Anna and I help you grow beautiful and healthy plants. In this video, we are going to talk about lavender problems. So many videos about problems related to growing lavender. I think that this video is also important and it will help you a lot in growing healthy lavender plants. So this one is Lavandula stoicus Anuk white, and you can see that it has this adorable white flowers. It has purple and white. And this is a very beautiful variety, of course. This is also somehow a little bit rare, at least in my area, but I'm very happy that I could find this in a local garden center. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about just 5 problems. And if you know how to take care of it, just correcting or using these 5 tips, you will be able to grow these plants in a very beautiful way. Well, basically, of course, let's talk about the most important ones. And number 1 is the pot. Well, now this plant is in a plastic pot, but definitely any type of pot that you are growing your lavenders in should have drainage holes. And this plant, this is a nursing pot, so it has many holes for drainage. Definitely, of course, any pot for any plant should have holes. This is very important because when you water, the excess of water will go through the holes and your plant will not be sitting in water for a long period of time. This will also help the soil to get dry. So this will also bring us to the problem number 2, because the soil should also be well drained soil. It can be sandy soil, so that when you water, the water again will not be staying in the soil for a long period of time, but it will first run through the holes. Of course, the excess will be removed and then the soil will get dry quicker. And in sandy soil, you can definitely have it. You can also add a little bit of vermiculite, perlite to your soil to increase the quality of it, and also so that the access of water to the roots will be better. But definitely pay attention to the pot and the soil. For the pot, you can even use clay pots. If you grow your lavenders outside in your gardens, try to make sure that the soil is really of a good quality and it's a sandy soil, so that you don't really run the risk of overwatering. Problem number 3, of course, overwatering. So try to make sure that the soil gets dry between watering. These plants can tolerate bone-dry soil. Of course, try to not make it very dry and leave it like that for a longer period of time, because also the roots can be damaged. At least you will notice that the leaves, the stems are a little bit wilted. Then it's already the time to water, even before that. So don't really wait until the plant will get wilted and only then water, but also wait a little bit so that the soil gets dry completely, because in the summer especially, the top layer of the soil can get dry easily and very fast, but still inside of the pot the soil will be moist and will be wet for lavenders. This is the most important, because I think 99% of problems with lavenders come from overwatering. Problem number 4 is repotting it immediately when you buy it. So very often you buy a lavender which is flowering like this amazingly, you bring it home, you repot it immediately, and after 2 days you notice that the plant is already wilted or even gets brown stems, brown flowers, and also it doesn't look healthy. So the reason for this is that these plants are growing in a totally different environment, and when you bring them home, you have a different environment for them in your places. So in a greenhouse, they have most probably a very bright indirect sunlight, even direct sunlight if the roofs are transparent, if it's a greenhouse, but also the air humidity is very high. And when we bring them from this environment to our places, maybe most probably we don't really have that high level of air humidity that the plants need. And when we repot them, we also damage the roots. First, the plant struggles adapting to the new environment, but also repotting it, we damage the roots. We also cause double stress for the plants. And in this case, of course, they struggle a lot, and you can notice that it's not really healthy and happy how it was in the greenhouse. Number 5 is sunlight. They do need direct sunlight for at least 6 hours per day. So I will definitely recommend you to grow it outdoors on your balconies, gardens, patios, or at least on your window sills where you have the most of the sunlight, direct sunlight. Don't be afraid. Nothing will happen to the leaves. They really love it. Now if you see that this one flower is broken, now we'll remove it. I also bought this plant flowering like this already, but you have seen most probably my previous videos about lavender, and I have several varieties of them. I grow them outside on the balcony, but in winter some of them I bring home, the ones that will not tolerate low temperatures, but some of them also stay on the balcony, and I of course wrap them, I cover them, so I don't really let them stay there in pots in harsh conditions, of course. And also, just a bonus tip, if you would like your lavenders flower for longer months after the flowers are wilted, prune them a little bit. So best way to prune it is just to remove the flowers at the end of the summer or in autumn. And in spring, prune them to the 1/3, so cut 1/3 of the plant. Basically, if you will cut a lot, if you will prune very deeply into the wooden parts, it will be very hard for the plant to recover, to grow new stems. So don't really go into wooden parts, because it's also a natural process. The plant growing with the time, it will start to get wooden stems, especially from the bottom. But what you can also do to kind of save your plant, let's say, these tips are of course good, but sometimes we still run into problems. And if you notice, especially at the bottom, that the branches turn brown or black, and sometimes they even can have mold on it, don't hesitate, repot your plant. So basically take it out of the pot, clean up the roots, remove as much of the soil as you can to really see what's going on with the roots. Maybe the roots will be already damaged, they may be rotten from overwatering. And if that's the case, you can repot it in a fresh soil and reduce watering. So just consider how much you were watering, and most probably your plant needs way less than you have been watering. So again, don't be afraid to underwater, because in this case, if you pay attention to your plant, you will notice that it's wilted a little bit. This means that you are delaying watering, but it's better to have underwatering as a problem rather than overwatering. If it's underwatering, you can water it and the plant will recover. But if you are overwatering, it may be too late to save them, because the roots, the stems may be already rotten. And these plants, you can also grow them in the bedrooms. I know that some people are very skeptical about it. They don't want to have plants in the bedroom, but these plants will even help you sleep better. And of course, if you're growing them outside, they are so good for butterflies, different insects and flies that really like the fragrance, and they can come and pollinate your lavenders, so that maybe you can even grow them from seeds next time. And if you're interested in propagation by seeds, please let me know, and maybe I will also record a video about propagation of lavender. If you have any questions, of course, I will be happy to talk to you about them. Any questions, any comments, please write them down under the video, and I will be happy to reply to each and all of them. Stay passionate about plants, and I'll see you in the next one.